Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Porque soy... ¡Ay!
Is there something bugging you? Is something here? Really?
This clip is from Anna Tan, the mom of a baby girl named Evelyn. A few months earlier, Anna lost her brother, a really painful loss since he was close to both her and her daughter. Even while grieving, she finds some comfort believing he's still watching over them. Then one day in the kitchen, something odd happens, and Anna starts recording.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Evelyn. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
It looks like Evelyn is talking to someone, and Anna is sure her daughter is interacting with her late uncle, especially because you can hear a man's voice at the start of the clip. If you listen carefully, you can hear Evelyn saying the word uncle, and she keeps repeating it.
Who are you talking to?
And despite the creepy vibe, Anna thinks her brother was there while the video was being recorded. A Reddit user from Switzerland shared a creepy story about a nighttime walk in the forest. Eerie, childlike screams echoed through the trees, creating a deeply unsettling atmosphere. The uploader insisted there were no foxes nearby, ruling out the usual explanation. If it wasn't foxes, then what could have been behind those haunting cries? This man was out hunting in the woods when he suddenly heard something unusual. Strange, eerie grunts echoed through the air. Could these sounds just be from wild animals, or is it something more sinister? While driving on the highway, Paul Yearly suddenly felt nauseous. Realizing something was wrong, he turned off the cruise control, but shortly after, everything went black and he passed out with his foot still on the gas. He narrowly avoided a power line pole and ended up driving unconscious into a field. His car later drifted back toward the highway, but couldn't get over a hill. When it started heading for a fence, he came to, grabbed the wheel, and hit the brakes. It was his first blackout. A passing driver noticed and called the police. At the hospital, tests showed he had a hereditary low blood pressure condition. After treatment, Paul fully recovered. While hunting alone in the woods at dusk, a man started hearing strange, non-stop noises.
I want you to hear this. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can hear a little better. Just a minute. Like I said, I'm quite a long ways away from the gifting rock. So why are we hearing that out here? A mile away. I'm gonna try to ask the farmer that owns this property if he's ever heard this sound before.
He recorded the unsettling sounds, which were unlike anything he'd ever encountered outdoors. He couldn't figure out the source and guessed that the noise was probably scaring away nearby deer. He never discovered what or who it was and hoped someone else might have the answers. A Reddit user was on a fearless tour with his guide during a demonstration when something terrifying happened.
100% back out here, they only bring 20% back. So the 80% was going on. Boots, shoes, purses, wallets, watch bands, meats at restaurants, things of that nature. I dropped your GoPro, babe.
As the guide leaned toward the water, an alligator suddenly snapped its jaws around his hand. Amazingly, he calmly pulled away with no signs of panic or injury. Normally, an alligator bite can be deadly, but something, whether luck or skill, seemed to stop the attack. His composure in that moment was truly impressive. Living in a house plagued by unexplained phenomena can turn everyday life into a constant nightmare. Winnie, a man living in a haunted house, experiences persistent paranormal activity over the years. Faucets turn on by themselves. The basement door is violently pounded with no one inside, and the kitchen drawers and cabinets open on their own. He repeatedly encounters a shadowy figure, sometimes noticing it in real time, sometimes only later, and hears whispers throughout the house. The hauntings become so intense that he even has to sleep in a hotel one night, only to witness a solid black figure behind a bedroom door when he returns, leaving him no explanation for the eerie events.
My last video, this thing chased me away last time. It's been 2 days and that's the water. It's gonna be a great, anything else in here? It's gonna be a great water bill. I did not leave that on. It's non-stop. What the? Would you please stop? I told you I'm leaving. I gotta go through and close everything again. Every time. If you want my attention that much, you have my attention. What do you want? This thing is... do the doors. Would you please stop this? Okay, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna leave for another couple days. I gotta go back for my keys. This is too much. I think it's time to go. There's nobody upstairs. Get out. Okay, it's in my bedroom. Gotta get out. And here he is. Get out. I gotta move. I'm moving. That's it. And with that, I will admit, one of the scarier ones. So we're going to stay here. And yeah. Charlie, what are you whining about? Is there something bugging you? Is something here? Really? Do I need to come see? What do you see, Charlie? All right, where'd you go? Show me. Is it over there again? Hey, don't mess with my dog. You tell him, Chuck. Is that where he went? Whoa. Okay. I see it this time. Charlie, no, come here. Charlie. I told you, dude. He's scary, I know. What are you thinking? You ready? Should we get out of here? Let's get out of here. You got your collar? Should we go? Let's go. Come on. I'm chasing the scary guy, huh? Don't worry, I don't need shoes. We'll come back later. Come on, let's go.
But what is this presence, and why has it chosen Winnie's home? Could the shadowy figure have any malicious intent? What do you think? Eddie had been putting up with constant knocking in his house for weeks. The sharp bangs kept him awake and made every little noise feel creepy. Night after night, the weird activity only got worse, slowly draining him. But on this night, he'd finally had enough, so he got out of bed, ready to face whatever was behind it. The video shows him stepping out of his room and following the loud banging coming from the hallway. He traced the noise to the bathroom, where something was slamming hard against the door. With his heart racing, he opened it, only to find the room empty. He turned on the light just to be sure, but nothing seemed out of place. Right as he started to relax, a loud crash came from the kitchen, like something had fallen. He rushed over and found an object on the floor that definitely wasn't there before. Breathing heavily, he recorded everything, clearly freaked out, and later admitted he wasn't sure how much longer he could live in that house. The following night, determined to finally catch whatever was happening, Eddie set up a camera before trying to sleep. Around 2 a.m., the knocking started up again, with the same steady, annoying pattern. But this time, the camera caught something new, a faint meow in the background. Moments later, the cat walked into view, yet the banging near the bathroom door didn't stop. It almost sounded like something invisible was moving around back there. The heavy knocks echoed through the hallway, while the cat just stood still, staring. When Eddie watched the video the next morning, he said the combination of the meowing and the knocking felt really off. Like the noises were somehow reacting to each other, still wanting better evidence. He set another camera downstairs before going to work and left the TV playing quietly to attract whatever was in the house. But when he came home and checked the footage, what he saw terrified him. In the middle of the day, with no one home, a dark shadow suddenly zipped across the living room in a blur. Moments later, the rug behind the couch was pulled down and landed neatly on the cushions. A cupboard door swung open on its own, and something fell off the kitchen counter out of view, crashing loudly. Watching the footage, Eddie said it was the clearest paranormal activity he had ever captured, and the fact that it all happened while he wasn't home made it even more unsettling, as if the entity was growing bolder. He later admitted he wasn't sure he even wanted to keep recording, since the more evidence he gathered, the more aggressive the haunting became. A TikTok user named Chowachi says his girlfriend has always believed their house is haunted, claiming she hears footsteps upstairs when no one's home. One day, while he's downstairs, he starts hearing those same unmistakable footsteps above him. So he grabs his phone and decides to go check out whatever's causing the noise.
Never heard it until now. I always say it's not haunted because the house is a little old. But it legit sounds like there's somebody upstairs. I will swing on a ghost, or if it's a person, I don't care. Who's up there? Oh my God, they're like at the top of the stairs. Come down these stairs and I will swing on you, I promise.
The man walks up the stairs and calls out, asking who's upstairs. When no one answers, he jokingly threatens to throw a punch at whoever comes down. Moments later, heavy footsteps start thundering down the stairs straight toward him. He swings at nothing as the footsteps hit the bottom, and suddenly his girlfriend's stories about the house being haunted don't seem so crazy anymore. This man decided to take a walk along Satan's Ridge.
Okay. Oh.
It's a narrow trail along a cliff where one wrong step could mean a deadly fall, with steep drops on both sides and strong winds making every step risky. A family set out for a simple, relaxing day, hoping to find a park where the kids could run around and burn off some energy. But oddly, every park they checked on Google Maps either didn't exist or was closed when they got there. After wandering around endlessly, it seemed like Google was sending them on a wild goose chase. Even asking locals didn't help. Every direction led them astray. Not wanting to deal with cranky kids and a frustrated wife, the dad switched to plan B, hoping there was another park nearby. A random man assured him, "Yeah, there's a park close by." True enough, but by the time they arrived, nobody was in the mood for a fun park day anymore. Watch this.
Main daripada tadi dah berhenti.
Kau buat apa Ha? Orang dah tak ada. Kau boleh bergoyang sendiri pula kau ni. Aduh, petang-petang ni.
Nanti adik.
Laju pula tu.
In fairness, the stranger giving directions couldn't be blamed. He had told the truth. There was a park, but not the kind suitable for families. The father never specified whether he wanted a normal playground or something straight out of a ghost story. When they arrived, the place was completely deserted, with not a single person in sight. The silence hung heavy, and then one of the swings began moving slowly on its own, as if an unseen force was pushing it. With no wind and no children around, the eerie scene was enough to shatter any hope of a pleasant outing. A backpacker staying alone in a hotel suddenly heard some noise at her door, so she decided to start recording. Someone was trying to pry open her hotel door with a tool, but the backpacker managed to grab it, and the thief quickly ran off. She called for help, and the hotel used security camera footage to identify the intruder, but the whole incident left her shaken for the rest of her trip. During her backpacking trip, the woman stopped by her mom's place for a short visit and ended up uncovering something shocking.
See if I can get a video of this discovery. I need it to focus though.
In her mom's backyard, she discovered a hidden underground room. Inside, there was just a chair and a bucket in a dark, windowless space with no lights and no explanation. People speculated about its purpose. Some thought it might have been used to hold someone captive, with the bucket serving as a toilet. Whatever it was for, the room was deeply unsettling. The Circus Siblings family on TikTok had been discussing paranormal activity in their home, but many viewers demanded concrete proof. One night, they decided to record a video in an attempt to convince the skeptics, finally.
See,
I will open that door.
Stop it, Bailey.
That doesn't work. It just does it when it does it, so it's not me.
Open
Try
the
it again.
door.
It's not me.
Open the door.
Shut the door. Shut the door.
Nothing.
Open the door.
Oh, it's a ghost.
What?
Yeah, see, it's not me. Just do it when I do it.
Open the door. Let's see. Oh, open that door.
Seriously, you...
Oh my God! Open again. That was
Holy...
I freaking want to hold the door closed.
Shush.
Hold the door open.
It's... you can hear it click and everything. It's shut.
Why is it not open?
That's just a ghost.
Before anything happened, the father made a point of jumping, shaking doors, and moving around loudly to show that whatever occurred next couldn't be caused by him. Once everyone settled, the room fell silent. One of the children, a mix of fear and curiosity in their voice, asked the ghost to open the door. At first, nothing happened, but then the door slowly creaked open on its own. Viewers flooded the comments, saying this clip was the first that convinced them something supernatural was haunting the circus siblings' home. The family also had more evidence ready for anyone still in doubt.
Shut the door, make sure it clicks.
The circus siblings set up a second camera inside the room to capture the door from a different angle. Once again, the door slowly creaked open on its own, with no one touching it or even near it. The family explained that the second camera was added to prevent any claims of fakery, and it clearly worked. With two angles showing the same unexplained movement, viewers were convinced that the haunting was real. The footage was deeply unsettling, leaving everyone wondering what kind of ghost or entity could be residing in their home. A man was filming himself in a park in the Philippines when he noticed something strange. A solid black figure moved behind him so quickly it was almost missed, but it was noticeable enough when he replayed the video. Later, he slowed it down and zoomed in for a closer look. Who or what was it? And if it was just a person, why were they dressed that way? A man went into the forest during the day to check out a reported Bigfoot sighting. He noticed broken branches and disturbed ground, signs that something might be living nearby. Then, suddenly, something unexpected happened.
It almost looked like something's been kind of keeping shelter back here. I mean, that's probably from a fire pit, old one.
A frightening sound is heard, and the video suddenly ends. The unsettling noise and abrupt cutoff have everyone questioning what actually took place out there. A woman sits at her desk, speaking calmly, yet with evident frustration to the camera, as she explains her recent struggles with getting people to attend her shows, unable to understand the cause. She appears puzzled by the situation, unaware that she is moments away from encountering something far stranger and completely beyond her control.
How I can get people to come to our shows. How do we get people to come to our shows? No, I'm just trying to understand. Tell me it doesn't look like there's someone right here. There's not.
As she continues speaking, something suddenly falls to the floor from the doorway to a closet, moving quickly and breaking the quiet of the room. She freezes mid-sentence, eyes wide, then slowly turns in disbelief. From the camera's perspective, the doorway is completely visible. No one could be hiding there. After stopping the recording, she cautiously approaches the closet and opens it, finding nothing. It was a moment of unmistakable paranormal activity. The video follows Livy Woodruff as he investigates the infamous Schrader Road Tunnel, also called the Crybaby Tunnel in Chillicothe, Ohio, a site notorious for ghost stories. The tunnel gained its eerie reputation after a tragic accident in 1927, where a mother and her baby were struck by a train. Upon arrival, Levy first stumbled across a deer skeleton in a nearby creek, a grim sign, but pressed on. Inside the tunnel, he began hearing the haunting sounds of a crying baby, and later, multiple mysterious voices, confirming the local legends. The unsettling experience didn't end there, as his home security cameras later captured evidence suggesting the haunting had followed him home.
It's local, around my area. And they say she got hit on the tracks with her baby, or her body was dumped right there in the creek down here. There's something there. Bro, there's something there. I've been out here forever trying to get stuff, bro. This place is spooky. Is anybody out there? Hello? Right. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Bro. Hell no. I know you guys heard that. I know you guys heard that. I ain't going down there. If you guys think I'm going down there, you're crazy. You're crazy. You guys are nuts if you think I'm making my way. It's so damn cold. Oh. Yeah, I'm out of here, bro. I'm here. It's cold. Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't know if I heard a dog or what that was, bro. I don't know what that was. But that ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. Yeah, I'm out of here. Crybaby Tunnel. Yeah, I don't know if I heard a dog or what, but I was going through the Blink camera, just looking at footage from last night because I was very intrigued. I had to wake up for work early this morning, so I didn't really get time to look through footage. Well, I happened to come across one video. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. And at 3 a.m., my picture ended up falling off the wall. It had to be rehung today, but my picture ended up falling off the wall. Obviously, my camera didn't catch it because it was faced towards, you know, the kitchen and the door. But, yeah. Wait until you see this in video. I'm still speechless, dude. All right.
Could the spirits of the tunnel really have followed him? Was the crying baby more than just a legend? And if the haunting did follow him, what does that mean for anyone daring enough to enter the Crybaby Tunnel next? An Asian paranormal investigator known as the Dark is famous for exploring ghost-infested locations that most people wouldn't dare enter, often getting paid for his investigations. In one of his latest ventures, he entered a massive abandoned complex armed only with a flashlight and his camera. The building felt oppressive and unsettling, with every step echoing through the empty halls, until something occurred that made him stop in his tracks.
حطوا سماعة يا جماعة. بسم الله، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، أعوذ بكلمات.
Suddenly, a sheet lying on the floor shot into the air as if pulled by invisible hands, moving in a completely unnatural way with no wind or draft to account for it. He turned around immediately, and at that same moment, loud pounding sounds rang out from deeper inside the building, heightening the sense of fear. The video concludes with him frozen in place, torn between pressing on or fleeing, leaving no doubt that the sheet's movement was entirely paranormal. Franco, a paranormal investigator, explored a monastery known for eerie legends, screams in the halls, past injuries, sacrifices, and shadow figures. Even before entering, he felt watched. Inside, he heard a door closing on its own, captured mysterious screams, and repeatedly thought he saw shadowy figures in dark doorways. In the area where sacrifices were reportedly performed, his K2 meter spiked intensely. The most convincing and unsettling moment was when unexplained singing echoed through the monastery, which appeared genuinely paranormal.
It has a lot of history of haunted things going on, between screams, people getting hurt, scratched, and sacrificed. And there's like a lot of sacrificial stuff also that happens on the inside. So I don't even know what to expect. And I'm already nervous because I keep seeing shadows on the house. What was that? The first one sounded like a scream. I think that might have been a cow. It's hard for you guys to hear because of the cars on the outside, but I swear I'm still hearing noises. I think it's coming from in front of me. The allergies out here is just crazy. My throat's been bothering me. But this place is completely different at night than what it's been on the daytime. I just heard something inside the hallway. Is there someone trying to talk with me? Jesus Christ. What's your name? It's already going off. Look. I'm just holding it. My hand. Just like that. It just went off again. I'll put on just a little IR there. My hand's literally right here. I'm not holding anything. Look at that. Am I hearing? Okay, hold on. I can't focus on the kids here right now. I think it could also just be a friggin' animal or something. See, this is the glass that I'm hearing moving. Hola. Hola. Is there anybody here? Just give me a sign. Please. I'm trying to stop shaking. I'm so nervous right now. What? Hold on. I hear him moaning, but that could be an animal as well. Just made it towards the front of the complex. I swear I heard what sounded like a cell phone on the inside, and there is nothing out here. There's nobody. Look, IR low. It is completely empty. Man, I thought I was gonna see somebody. Oh, what was that? But this is where they sacrificed the animals. They burnt them, and they had like a pentagram and stuff. But it looks like they cleaned the place. What is that? What is that? Hola. Holy. That shit sounds like it's coming from back here. That's coming from in here. Hold on. I hear movement.
But what exactly was haunting these halls? Were the shadow figures real or just tricks of the mind? Could the screams he heard belong to spirits still trapped there? A Reddit user named Sagfo shared a spine-chilling video of his walk through the forest after 2 a.m. Pay close attention. Were the screams coming from a wild animal, a person, or something far more terrifying? The user bolted for safety and has no plans to take another night walk anytime soon. A man recently started working the night shift as a security officer in an old, shut-down industrial facility, and ever since, he believes something dark followed him home. The house he and his wife live in dates back to the late 1950s, and despite its charm, has a disturbing history. A previous resident died in the upstairs bedroom they now sleep in, and 2 unidentified bodies were once discovered buried in the backyard with no explanation of how they died. Both he and his wife have witnessed strange, unexplainable activity, and they're now convinced that something is haunting their home.
He has no shot collar, no shot collar at all. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just so you'll know that there's nothing there. Come on, bud. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. Tail down. Oh, I posted it. See, me and him both are. And see, now he's gonna run and leave me up here like a douchebag. See? Straight up.
He says it's not just the house's history that's strange. The layout itself is unsettling. Upstairs, there's a door that leads nowhere, with no stairs or access at all. While filming this mysterious door to show others, he ended up recording something truly disturbing.
You can kind of see just how high up that door actually is if you're on the bottom floor. Yeah, you're looking at 10 plus 8, so you're looking at least 18 feet from your feet coming down.
A shadowy figure can be seen shifting around, and you can hear 2 separate voices that sound like they're speaking to him.
On the bottom floor, Bottom floor, bottom floor.
At first, he doesn't even notice what's captured on the recording and casually mentions that the door leads to a storage space in the attic. But one night after returning from his shift, strange noises began echoing throughout the house. He grabs his phone to film and investigates, and what he discovers terrifies him completely. Those wide, glowing eyes suddenly appear out of the darkness, fixed directly on him as he stands there frozen. Then, whatever the thing is, it slowly dissolves back into the shadows. But the activity doesn't end there. He's now capturing paranormal events, even in the middle of the day. A loud crash makes him whip around, and he manages to record a pale, translucent figure. With all the clips he's shared, each one looking genuinely unsettling, his audience is completely divided. Some people believe he's telling the truth, while others insist it's just another staged paranormal act. But the real question is, did his new factory job stir something dark into following him home? Or was this sinister presence lurking in his house long before he noticed? This footage focuses on a woman named Misty, whose home has recently become the center of disturbing paranormal activity, specifically in her youngest daughter's bedroom. One night, the baby monitor alerted her to strange movement even though her daughter was asleep, and when Misty checked the monitor, something unseen seemed to be standing over the child. While recording herself inspecting the room, a seesaw toy suddenly began rocking on its own, frightening her so badly that she stumbled back. In a follow-up video, her husband attempted his own investigation, mainly to check the attic and close its door afterward, hoping to rule out the possibility that someone or something was hiding there.
Y'all were asking about the room situation, so I'm going to run that through real quick. We moved my daughter from this room into this room. She got new furniture. That's why the bunk bed is still in there. Then we moved the baby from my office, which used to be her bedroom, now it's my office again, up into this room. So this is the attic that's in between the rooms that I was talking about that's cracked. It's been that way for a while, so it's not something that I'm overly concerned about, but y'all have got me freaking out in the comments. I cannot even breathe walking in this room, so I am truly terrified, but I'm gonna walk y'all in here real quick. This is the bunk bed. This is where I took her out of her crib, ran up the bunk bed. There was nothing up there when I came. We have her rocking chair, her changing station, her closet with all of the stuff that we still need to put up. This is where I have everything that was gifted. I know a lot of y'all were saying check stuff that came from a thrift store or that wasn't yours, because it might be causing it. I will show you guys up here. There's nothing suspicious. There's no hair from like a rat or something that could have came in. This is marker. These are still tucked in on the sides, like they're still tight from, you know, if somebody was trying to be underneath the blankets. I don't think that's plausible. So I don't know. I have no idea what could be causing.
Hey guys, Daddy is home. Y'all got me to sub in today to do some filming because we had some weird stuff going on this week and Mama does not want to come up here anymore, which is understandable. That is our weird room. No one's going in there anytime. Here is the cracked attic. It's been that way for some time now. It's been about 2 years. that it's been like that, so I'm not overly concerned. That's the first thing I told my wife is it's not that big of a deal. It's how it's been. But anywho, we're gonna check it out. Give her a look around. I was indeed scared last night. Okay. All right, we're good. That scared me a little bit. I was scared last night, not gonna lie, being home alone. But it was a smooth night. I was so exhausted. I slept very good. I didn't wake up to any weird stuff. Attic looks fine. Does not feel good in here. It is very hot. But I don't see any animal droppings or anything weird. Definitely not a person up here. If there is a thing, I don't know, but it seems normal up here. Just our AC unit. So, I mean, it looks good up here, guys. I'll be bringing a drill up here so I can put a screw inside of this door, and then we will be good. Shouldn't have anything coming in and out of here anytime soon with that drill in there or the screw. But wish us luck. All right, time to shut this baby down for good.
The parents began to suspect that the attic could be where the shadowy figure, seen on the baby monitor, originated. Later, they found old notes and ancient books hidden in the house, which made them wonder how they had never noticed these items before buying the property. A man was alone in his house late at night when he heard strange noises coming from the kitchen. Feeling scared, he started recording on his phone, but he pointed the camera in the wrong direction and didn't notice that a huge, human-like head was peeking at him from the top right corner of the frame. The scene then cuts to him hiding in his room, with the door locked while a horrifying scream erupts from the hallway, as if some kind of creature was trying to break into the room. Remember to always lock your doors and windows, especially if your home or apartment is on the ground floor. Those windows should never be left open. What kind of eerie creature could that have been? Police in Western Australia are investigating a strange case this Halloween after releasing security footage from a storage facility in Bellevue. The recordings were made following the unexplained disappearance of equipment and other items, including multiple stolen tools. In the clip, a mysterious figure wrapped in a blue tarp can be seen moving through the warehouse, taking items before vanishing into the darkness. Authorities aren't sure whether it's simply a person disguised under a tarp or if something paranormal might have occurred. TikTok user Alexis Lakika works the late shift at a movie theater in Mexicali, Mexico. By 3 a.m., the building should be empty except for the cleaning crew. But everyone who works there knows the truth. After the last movie ends and the doors lock, the theater seems to belong to something else. Staff have reported hearing a woman crying in empty screening rooms and seeing apparitions wandering the halls. Most employees won't work alone after midnight, but Alexis needs the extra cash, so he volunteers for the graveyard shift. To prove the ghost stories are nonsense, he decides to live stream his cleaning, but that decision changes everything.
Se apaga la luz, pero a la madre. ¿Oyeron? No, se escuchan gritos. A la bestia. Güey, ¿qué pedo? Ya me voy. Ya se prendió, mira, ya me voy. Verga. Qué pinche miedo. Si estoy solo. Yo salí del baño y andaba para allá. Y allá es donde se me dio esa cosa. Vete a la... ¿Se escuchan? La puerta. Ah, no va a pasar. Me volvieron a apagar la luz. No, ya me voy. Ya me voy. Ya me voy. Pero lo que querían saber era ya. Ya me voy. A ver. Tengo miedo.
While live streaming in the lower hallway, all the lights suddenly go out. When the emergency lights flicker on, the sound of a woman crying echoes through the empty corridors. Alexis moves carefully as the crying gets louder, and when he pans his camera down the hallway toward the support pillars, a figure appears, staring right at him. Theater records show that a woman tragically died in this building in 1987. Her body was found in the very hallway where Alexis captured the footage. The next morning, he quit and never went back. Ian went on to explore 3 haunted locations in one night. First was Gilbert Cemetery, dating back to the 1800s, where he captured strange voices, men, women, and children, and even photographed a bizarre, ghostly face floating in the air before something struck his neck, forcing him to leave. Next was the abandoned Jenner's Park Zoo, where he heard growls from an empty cage, saw glowing eyes, and watched a seesaw move by itself. The final and most intense stop was Renegade Antiques, an 1890s building-turned-antique shop where objects shifted on their own, a glass cup flew across the room, and a window repeatedly slammed without any visible cause.
Here we are, Gilbert Cemetery. Dang, dude, it is so scary out here at night. And before I was recording, I heard like raccoons going absolutely. What the heck is that? I don't know if I'm going crazy. It's kind of hard to hear over the wind, but I thought I heard like voices almost, like off in the distance. Oh my god, dude. I can't make out what they're saying, but it just sounds like different voices, like men, women, and even like children. It literally sounds like a whole community of like spirits. See if I can read any of these graves. Over here. Whoa. Hello? I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I thought I just heard like a groan. I am so sorry. Oh, what the heck was that? Hello? I swear to God, I heard movement back here. I guess it could have been an animal, though. Who knows? Whoa, 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 dude. Oh, I think I just caught something. Dude, I got some type of manifestation. It is completely gone now. It's completely gone. That was different. That was like a straight up someone floating in like midair. I gotta look back at that right now. What in the world? Dude, it looks like, you know what that looks like? That looks kind of like a face of a woman. Like an older woman. Oh! Oh no. Dude, I literally felt a hand just smacked me right in the face. Hard. Oh, God. I'm on my way to the second location. It's Jenner's Park. It was once an old amusement park and zoo. What is that, like some kind of music? I know that's one of the reports, but there is like a neighborhood around here, so I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions. I am like in the complete darkness. Hello? Whoa. Dude, I just heard something over here. Dude, is that a merry-go-round? Oh my God, dude, I swear to God, I think I just heard this thing move. Is there someone there? Could you make that sound again? That'd be absolutely insane if it moved. I just thought, you know what that sounded like? That sounded like little footsteps. Little footsteps walking on it. That could be why this place is so haunted, apparently. Looks like they got some older playground equipment over here. Hello? Is anyone over here? Dude! Oh! Oh my God, oh my God! Dude, that thing is moving! It's rocking back and forth by itself! That seesaw! Whoa, what was that? Whoa. Dang. I mean, it could have just been a real animal. That's... I don't know. I don't see anything. Guess I could try to go towards it. Hello? See what happens if I crawl into here. I mean, I couldn't tell you what it was, but I just seen like the silhouette of something, and now it's just gone. It almost looked like a big bird or something, bigger than usual. Dude, did you hear that? Oh my God, dude, I've never heard that in my life. That's like a weird chirp sound. That's like the tough thing. Is like I'm not really an expert on animals, so I don't know what that was. Oh. What the? Oh, dude! What the is that? Oh my gosh, dude! Something just came crawling out of that cage. Oh my God! And I don't know if I caught this on camera, but I saw a pair of white eyes, white little beady eyes, looking at me from in there. It's a little quiet in there. Whoa. That cage just rattled over there. That small one right there. Hello? If there's an animal in there, could you make some more noises? Holy. All right, guys, we're on the way to the final location, the old Mets mortuary. Who moves all the antiques in here? If so, move by this device again. Oh, okay. Holy moly. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, that was just right over here. And again, there's nothing. There's nothing here. I'm just kind of walking around here in silence, just listening for anything at all. Whoa. What the was that? I don't know what that was, but it sounded like something clanging around or something. Something getting moved. Oh gosh. Oh. No way. Dude. How did this open? This door is wide open. I know for a fact I shut that all the way. Okay. Okay. This place is starting to creep me out. It's kind of weird, but I can't really say if that was paranormal because I don't know. That could have been there for God knows how long. Whoa, what? Okay. Okay. All right, this is like the middle aisle. I've been walking up and down here almost like this entire time. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that. I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him. See if he moves again. Oh my God. Who's there? What the hell was that? That sounded like something glass. Like getting moved. Oh my God. Dude, I'm hearing stuff moving around in here. What is going on? Okay, I'm getting like super jumpy right now. Whoa, whoa. What the heck was that? Dude, something just fell over. Oh my God, oh my God. Dude, what the heck was that? Dude, something just got knocked over off of one of the shelves here. I literally seen it. It just made like a ping sound. Ping. Could you come forward and speak to me? What the heck? Hello? Who's there? Are you one of the spirits of the old mortuary? Okay, whoever I just seen, my name is Ian. Could you tell me your name? Oh my God. Whoever's making that sound, why don't you... Oh my God. Oh. Dude, it's coming from somewhere over here. Like in one of the cabinets or something. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. I am not alone up here. There is no doubt about that. Is anyone in here? Oh my God. I just heard like a man's voice. It just echoed from one of these rooms. I know you're up here with me. Could you make another noise? Oh, what the... Dude, I just seen something in that room, and it was disturbing. It looked like a face of someone looking at me, hovering above that gurney. Screw this, I'm out of here.
But what exactly is lingering in these places? Are these spirits trying to communicate or warning him to stay away? What do you think? This footage comes from a chilling recording taken on an Argentinian highway, one that has left viewers feeling uneasy. It was filmed in the early hours of the morning when an officer decided to record part of his drive along the route. The road is known by locals for its ominous reputation, but the officer never anticipated what his camera would catch. At first, the figures are easy to miss, but on closer inspection, two human-like silhouettes can be seen standing by the roadside. The figures appear as dark, somewhat translucent shadows that seem completely oblivious to the passing vehicle. There are no streetlights, no people, and nothing nearby that could create such shapes, yet they remain there. Viewers of the footage note that this stretch of road has a history of strange occurrences. Drivers report seeing figures in the roadway, experiencing sudden radio interference, lights inexplicably going out, and even vehicle electrical failures. Skeptics argue it's just poor lighting and people overreacting after watching the video, but others insist it's more than a coincidence. Some residents even claim that human remains were discovered in the area years ago, possibly from accidents or something far more sinister. The footage was filmed by Leonardo, a worker who noticed odd shapes appearing and disappearing near the parked cars around him. Their movements didn't resemble anything human, which scared him enough that he started a live stream so viewers could witness the situation in real time.
Luego dicen, ya me asustó el gato, luego dicen que es mentiras, pero miren, estoy acá afuera del yunque y miren lo que se mira. No sé si cansa la mirada a ustedes, pero mira, me arrimo, mira. ¿Se mira es eso? Mira, se mete. Y no son rateros porque ya corrí para atrás, me metí con la troca y cada vez que me arrimo, se mira. ¡Ay! No, hombre. Mira, man. ¡Ay, con su madre! Me siento. Allá está.
Leonardo never discovered the source of those strange shapes or whether there was a supernatural cause. It was undeniably a chilling experience. During his overnight patrol, security officer Javier Bons witnessed something unusual. Stationed at a checkpoint in Uruguay, he says that over the past few nights, he has been hearing persistent tapping at the entrance. Every time he patrols the perimeter, no one is ever there. One night during his shift, Javier goes live to discuss the strange occurrences when he hears the tapping again, and this time he manages to capture it. As he pans his camera across the glass, the figure of a pale, unsettling woman comes into view, slowly turning her head to stare at him. Could this be the spirit of someone who died on the road? Tagamore investigates a supposedly haunted house with a grim past. A family once lived there, 2 parents and their daughter, until the girl, struggling with severe mental health issues, took her own life. Her parents later followed suit in the same location. During his investigation, Togo inspected every room, hoping to catch any unusual activity, and he eventually did. He heard eerie noises, knocking, footsteps, and the sense of someone moving behind him. And at one point, he even spotted a shadowy figure with long, shiny hair sliding under the bed.
失礼します。で、前回ね、来た時にこの部屋からさ、カツンカツンカツンって音が聞こえててさ、僕とさんはね、それを聞いて、全く同じ推測をしたわけだけど。
ぶつかってたってことか。
ちょっと待って。なんかちょっと待って。このうめき声みたいなの聞こえてるのかな。明らかに2階の方からうめき声みたいなの聞こえてますけど。
びっくりした。
今ちょっと神経が高ぶってるっていうのも原因としてあると思います。ここに住まれてる方ですか？嘘つけと書いたのは誰ですか？幸せですと書いたのは誰ですか？すいません。この女性はカメラ目線じゃないんですよ。自分の僕の後ろを見てるかのような。あれなんで電気消えてんだろう。もう充電切れしたのかな。
But why does the house still hold such a heavy presence? Are the family's spirits trapped forever, or is something more sinister at play? A French man has been dealing with a persistent supernatural presence that seems to follow him everywhere. Paranormal activity occurs at his workplace, in his home, in the bathroom, and even in his sleep. He began documenting the events and posting the footage. In one recording, he left his phone on a table, knowing the entity often interacted with it. After some time, the phone slid across the surface on its own. More incidents occurred during his workouts, where objects like towels and shoelaces moved independently. At first, the movements were slight, but they gradually became more forceful, with doors slamming violently. At his workplace, a table suddenly flipped over while his phone recorded the room. When he later placed a board in the same spot, it was knocked over almost immediately after he turned away.
Là, il y a des bruits de malades ici, là. Là, vous entendez? Putain, il n'y a rien. La porte, elle a bougé. Je suis sûr qu'elle a bougé. Non! Là, j'étais en train de faire la voix off pour la prochaine vidéo. Et regardez là la prise. Je suis sûr qu'elle était en train de bouger juste avant. Putain, c'est flippant. Eh, hey, oh, oh! Putain. Ah, ce coup de flip, putain. Au 8, j'ai entendu du bruit dans la salle de sport. Du coup, j'ai posé mon téléphone sur trépied et voilà ce qu'il a filmé. Montez le son, c'est assez impressionnant.
Jour 7, encore une fois, je vous apporte la preuve que quelque chose d'anormal se passe. Chaque jour, je constate des déplacements d'objets, parfois calmes, parfois violents, mais toujours plus fréquents. Aujourd'hui, c'est une planche à roulettes que j'ai retrouvée déplacée. Je l'avais pourtant rangée moi-même hier soir. Là, on est samedi, il n'y a personne d'autre que moi dans le local, et cette planche, c'est moi qui l'avais rangée hier soir moi-même à cet endroit précis. Là, dans la vidéo, je suis en train d'expliquer qu'en fait, c'est tous les objets qui sont sur les étagères que je retrouve parfois au sol. Parfois, les planches qui sont à droite que je retrouve qui tombent aussi, les serre-joints, les pots de peinture. Enfin bref, je vous laisse écouter le reste de la vidéo, c'est assez flagrant. Que je peux avoir tombe au quotidien, tout le temps. Hop là, et attention. Voilà, malgré la montée d'adrénaline, j'ai réussi à penser à me tourner tout doucement pour pas qu'on m'accuse d'avoir fait un cut ou un montage. Du coup, j'ai pas pu filmer l'instant exact où ça s'est produit, mais j'ai déjà capté d'autres phénomènes en direct que j'ai postés sur ma chaîne. Continuez à m'écrire, à me donner vos avis, ça m'aide énormément à tenir. Et si ce que vous voyez ici vous interpelle, abonnez-vous, partagez les vidéos. Et surtout, jour 5, j'ai voulu piéger ce phénomène et j'ai réussi. Depuis un moment, mon téléphone change souvent de place. J'ai demandé à ma femme et mes enfants, mais personne n'y touche. Et ces phénomènes, ça arrive de partout, à la maison, comme au boulot, comme n'importe où en fait. Du coup, j'ai décidé de le laisser poser sur une table du boulot volontairement et je suis parti. Et regardez ce qui se passe. On ne voit pas l'image parce que j'ai accéléré la séquence, mais ce qui me glace le sang, c'est que le téléphone s'attarde jamais sur les photos du travail ou d'animaux. C'est toujours les mêmes. Les photos de famille, des amis et surtout les enfants. Jusqu'à présent, ça concernait que moi, alors je m'inquiétais pas, mais là, ça prend une ampleur trop importante. C'est décidé, je vais agir. Merci aussi pour vos nombreux messages. Beaucoup me conseillent de mettre de la sauge ou de tenter de communiquer avec ce qui se passe. Je vais tenter de faire ça ce week-end, mais j'avoue que je suis pas habitué et surtout, il faut que je prenne mon courage à deux mains parce que là, je suis clairement... voilà, je l'avais pas remarqué avant et en fait, c'est sur le live que les gens me l'ont fait remarquer. On va même voir que le papier il tombe, voilà, avec les mouvements de l'étagère. Et je vous laisse observer le reste. Je vous remets le son normal et vous verrez que c'est assez impressionnant. Attention, âme sensible. Je suis en train de faire mon sport là. Mais j'arrive plus là, je suis plus concentré. Oh putain. Oh putain, ça y est. Y'a quelqu'un? Y'a quelqu'un? Oh putain. J'arrive pas à filmer là. Oh, putain. Je suis désolé, j'ai pas grand chose à dire là. Arrête! Ah! Putain.
Is the entity merely observing him, or is it testing the boundaries of its power? What do you think? A woman working as the security supervisor at a hotel in Mexico has received multiple reports from staff about strange, possibly supernatural activity within the building. One afternoon, a coworker claims to have seen someone in room 30, but the supervisor knows this isn't possible since she personally cleaned and aired out the room that morning. Later that day, as she walks past the room, she sees something unsettling through the glass.
Me dijo que se veía una persona en la habitación 30. Y le dije, no, y me dice, ¿está ocupada? Le digo, no, se desocupó en la mañana y no hay nadie. Yo misma fui a ventilar esa habitación. Y ahorita que voy pasando por acá me doy cuenta que sí es cierto, se ve como que si alguien se estuviera asomando en la ventana. Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa, vamos a ver qué hay ahí, pero se supone que no hay nada. Y sigue ahí viéndose.
She notices what looks like a figure standing by the window, even though the room is supposed to be empty. Curious and uneasy, she decides to get closer to the door for a clearer look.
Aquí más cerquita. Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se ve, se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver a esa habitación. Estamos subiendo las escaleras porque desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación. Aquí está la cama, porque esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele, donde estábamos, donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo por qué se ve. ¡Ah! ¡Ay!
As she gets closer, a disturbing pale gray face becomes visible through the glass, with its eyes, nose, and mouth clearly defined. Yet, when she enters the room, there's nothing there at all, proving it's not just a trick of the light, especially after a sudden loud noise startles her out. Perhaps something tragic happened in that room years ago, but without more footage, the mystery remains unsolved. This boy always felt like something was watching him whenever he tried to sleep. He kept telling his parents that a shadowy figure stood in his room at night, just staring at him from the darkness. But like many parents, they dismissed it as bad dreams, or his imagination running wild, and told him to just go back to bed. After weeks of saying the same thing, his mom finally agreed to let him keep his phone by his bed so he could record whatever he thought he was seeing. And that decision is what led to the chilling footage he captured next.
Bang. Bang. Bang, sini bang. Bang. Itu apa tadi bang? Itu. Tadi ada hitam-hitam di situ bang. Ada hitam-hitam di situ bang.
The video starts with the boy holding his hand close to his face, trying to focus on it. He says that whenever the entity is nearby, his vision gets blurry and he feels a rush of dizziness. So staring at his hand helps keep him steady. But here's the creepy part. While his eyes are struggling to focus, the phone is recording everything perfectly. As he slowly turns the camera toward the doorway, he catches it on video. A tall, unsettling shadow figure standing completely still by the door, almost as if it's waiting for him to see it. The boy immediately freaks out and calls for his mom, but by the time she gets to his room, the figure has already disappeared. This time, though, he finally has real evidence. Blurry vision and sudden dizziness are often reported during paranormal encounters, usually tied to things like electromagnetic spikes or the presence of something darker. And the figure he filmed looks just like a typical shadow person, solid, silent, and gone the moment someone reacts. After weeks of thinking, he was just imagining things. His parents could no longer deny what he saw. Now the real question is, what was that shadow waiting for? This video was posted by the Quemahoning Paranormal Group. They think the person who filmed it might have run into the Lantern Man that night. The Lantern Man is linked to the Quemahoning Dam and is usually seen as a strange red light in places it shouldn't be. The filmer says he was driving home from a fishing trip on a quiet road through the thick forest near the Quemahoning Reservoir. A haunting figure dressed in dark clothing appears in the footage. Some viewers say it looks almost skeletal and speculate that it could be the spirit of someone who drowned in the dam long ago. Could this truly be their restless spirit? This backpacker posted a video from the DeSoto mine in Arizona, calling it the creepiest place they'd ever been. At the time, all they noticed was the sound of dripping water, but later, they saw that the camera had recorded clear footsteps on the wooden floor, even though the place was empty.
I really hope it's not my eyes playing with me.
They chose to end their exploration of the mine because it felt too unsettling to go any further. People have begun sharing videos of unusual occurrences near the wooded cabins in Mazamitla, Mexico. The clip shown is just one example of many uploads, with guests reporting that these events usually take place in the early morning. Someone was knocking on the door, even though no one was outside. That wasn't the end of it, because the following day, right outside the same cabin, they captured this on video. At this point, the screams might indicate not only a supernatural presence, but also a potentially dangerous situation in the area. This event became a turning point for the wooded area as guests started reporting recurring screams of a woman seemingly coming from the abandoned cabin. Remarkably, there is footage that aligns with these accounts. But that wasn't everything. Many cabin renters reported feeling as if they were being watched from the dark forest, and some even managed to record these experiences. On this occasion, Annie captured proof of a mysterious presence lurking behind a large tree trunk.
No, pero como un globo. Mira, 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 ¿Ya se tomó al otro lado?
No, si es como un globo. Edgar, si se ve como raro.
Mira, mira, mira.
Mira,
digo que eso puede no estar asustado, el pobrecito.
Pero es que...
Mira cómo desea. Mira, a ver.
No, si es un globo. No.
Although the people there initially thought it was just a balloon, it looked like something far stranger, almost like a pale face hiding in the darkness behind the tree. This area is full of reports of apparitions, distant screams, shadows moving between the trees, and unseen presences that reveal themselves when the silence grows heavier than the fog. And it seems that more and more of these encounters are being captured on camera.
Ay, rodó algo ahí. ¿Lo viste? Ay, no.
No, mami, vámonos a vámonos a
No one knows what was lurking in the woods with them. While checking out an abandoned boarding house, the guy was told something weird was happening inside. Several people specifically warned him about the third-floor balcony, so he went up to investigate, and what he encountered up there almost stopped his heart.
Sebenarnya itu kita sim takut, guys. Selagi dia tidak berwujud, beta pun sen takut. merinding. Beta pernah live sini tapi sini beta paling takut cok. Ini di balkon 3 di lantai 3. Oke guys, sekian. Anjing.
Whatever he ran into inside that building didn't stay there. It felt like something had latched onto him, because after that visit, every time he tried to sleep, he was hit with strange, unexplainable paranormal activity that wouldn't leave him alone.
Cuma begitu sah. Keluar wujud kah? Kalau cuma begini juga, beta juga bisa. Si ada di sebelah mana? Supaya beta jalan kau sih. Cuma bagian-bagian seorangnya sintaku. Tenang. Sibur jatuh guys. Mau mandi ke apa? Anjing.
The more he reacted to the activity, the stronger and more frequent it became. And sure, anyone could fake objects moving, but his room is massive and empty, with nowhere for anyone to hide or set something up. Once he realized he was completely alone, things ramped up fast and turned downright aggressive.
Rice cooker cuy. Maksudnya
One second, the biscuit tin is perfectly still, and the next, its lid pops open on its own. Whatever is in that room seems to have a taste for snacks. It's almost like the spirit is rummaging for food. The room is completely open with nowhere to hide, making it nearly impossible for anyone to fake. So what's actually happening here? Is he sharing his space with a snack-loving ghost, or is something else at play? Let me know what you think in the comments. Zach works overnight shifts alone at a corner shop in Mexico. Staff members often report hearing whispers when they're alone at night, and some have seen objects move on their own. Years ago, a robbery at the shop ended tragically when a staff member was killed. One night, while Zach is working alone, he decides to film his routine to share with friends and family, but instead, he captures something disturbing. A shadowy shape seems to move past the shelves, like someone or something has entered the shop, but when Zach checks, nothing is there. Since the shop is closed and he's working alone overnight, no one should be inside. So what or who could it be? Could it be the ghost of the staff member who died, still lingering in the shop? A man named Egi from Indonesia has been hearing all sorts of strange noises around his workplace. Banging, laughter, even crying. But every time he checks, no one's there. One night, while on the night shift, he's in the bathroom watching Netflix when suddenly he hears something unexpected.
Anjing.
He hears a woman crying along with eerie laughter coming from the stall right next to him. But when he opens it just seconds later, it's empty. Then, a voice comes from the stall he had just left, but again, no one is there. Terrified, Egi decides to leave. The next day, while recording himself playing the piano in daylight, he captures something even more unsettling.
Anjing. Anjing. Nggak masuk akal. Ini masih siang, masih jam 1:30.
The door suddenly slams open and shut on its own, but when he checks, no one is there. Later, he finds his piano playing by itself, and these incidents have been happening more frequently. A few days afterward, while using some equipment at work, he's startled once again by something eerie.
Anjing. Ada nyala, Cok. Nggak ada orang.
Things get even creepier. Whatever is haunting him isn't limited to his workplace. One night, while his wife is asleep, something disturbing happens at their home.
Siapa? Hah?
His wife wakes up saying she heard a woman crying, but he acts like he didn't hear anything. So she doesn't get scared, Edgy has a security camera in their bedroom to keep tabs on things. But while he's gaming and watching the feed, things suddenly get really creepy.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullah. Ini jam berapa sih? 11. Anjing, belum keadaan nyala ya. Apa tuh? Sayang? Woi, astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim.
Kenapa lu berantakan meja ini?
Dari tadi udah aku dengar.
Aku juga di rumah kamu.
Udah.
Ayo.
Diam. Udah. Udah. Tunggu. Udah.
Edgy and his wife are freaked out to the point they don't even want to sleep at home anymore. what do you think is happening? Drop your thoughts in the comments. A man who recently moved into a new apartment says that ever since he settled in, he's been experiencing constant paranormal activity. He lives alone and claims strange things also happened at his old place, but never this extreme. One day, while explaining his absence to his viewers, he accidentally captures something chilling on camera.
Amigos, no he podido subir Spotlight ni contenido aquí en Snapchat porque me estoy mudando. Apenas acabo de llegar a este departamento completamente nuevo, de verdad, mil disculpas, pero ya les prometo que ahora sí, en estos días, Estoy solo y me acaban de cerrar la puerta que está atrás de mí, que es la del baño. No es la primera vez que me pasa, justo eso les iba a decir, no es la primera vez que me pasa. No es la primera vez que me pasa, se los juro, y no hay nadie. No hay nadie. No es la primera vez que me pasa. Son las 3:30 de la noche y estoy escuchando ruidos muy extraños. Lo más perturbador de todo es que la luz del baño está prendida y no hay nadie. No hay nadie. Voy a apagarla porque neta me está dando miedo. Hay alguien al fondo. Hay alguien al fondo. Hay alguien al fondo. Ya no hay nadie. Ahí está. ¿Pero por qué? Si la prendo desaparece. No hay nada. No hay nada.
As he reaches to turn off the camera, he suddenly spots a dark, eerie figure with a pale gray face standing in the doorway. The moment he flips the lights on, it disappears. Shaken, he decides to keep every light in the house on so he can sleep, but in the middle of the night, terrifying noises wake him again. This time, they're coming from upstairs. He goes to check it out, and things do not go well.
No hay nadie. No hay nadie. Esto tiene candado, no se puede abrir. No se puede abrir. ¡Qué mierda! Ay, ya me voy.
A creepy figure peeks out for a split second before disappearing completely. When he checks, no one's there. The next day, the power goes out, so he lights candles around the apartment. But soon after, he starts hearing eerie noises coming from outside.
Hace un rato se me fue la luz y he estado escuchando ruidos muy extraños afuera. Prendí unas velas, pero ya me dio miedo salir, porque ya los ruidos ya empeoraron. Hay alguien parado. Hay alguien parado. Hay alguien parado. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Quién eres? Se le ve la cara pálida. Se le ve la cara pálida. ¿Quién eres? Por favor, ya déjame. Ya déjame. No hay nada. No hay nada. No hay nada.
A dark, shadowy figure dressed in black stood completely still next to the bathroom door. But when he lifted the sheet, there was no one there. The experience shook him so much that he called someone to bless the apartment. So, was it a real ghost caught on camera or just an elaborate trick? TikTok user Anya shared a video about something that left her deeply unsettled. Her daughter and a few friends had been playing around with a small toy camera she'd gotten as a gift years earlier, snapping random photos around the house. Later, when Anya scrolled through the pictures out of curiosity, she came across something chilling.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
In one of the photos, there seemed to be a tall, dark figure with a strange shape, almost like a headless person. Both Anya and her daughter were completely baffled, with no idea who or what it could be. Later, Anya posted an update sharing a few more details about the eerie discovery.
So a little explanation on that video that I just uploaded of the photo. So my daughter had a friend over yesterday, and they found a little camera, little, like it's like this big, that was given to her for Christmas a couple years ago. Not by us, by like a family member, and she got it when she was like 5. So it's been in their house for a long time. She doesn't really use it. She plays around with it sometimes. Anyway, so they found it and they were just taking photos. And so I decided to look at the photos today to laugh to see like what silly photos 9-year-olds take of themselves, you know. And I'm scrolling through and there's like cute selfies, like them playing outside and picture of the dog. And then there's that photo. And I go back and forth between that photo and the other photos. There's no like other photos of the kitchen or anything like that. It's literally just, there's only that one photo from our kitchen. Yeah. My daughter's at school right now, so I haven't asked her what it could be. Who knows, it could be them playing around, but it looks tall for them. It's short for me. If you compare it in the doorway, it looks like it could be about 5 foot something, but it's, who knows? I'm terrible. I don't really know. I'm just like, pulling a number out. So, yeah, fun times. Okay, so I'm scrolling, you know, and I'm like, what is that? What the is that? Like, what is that? That's right here. Excuse how like messy that is, but what is that?
It seems Anya may never get a clear answer about what this figure truly was. Still, to be on the safe side, it might be best to get rid of that camera altogether. This eerie video was captured by a security officer during his night patrol at an office building. According to him and his colleagues, the building has always had a creepy reputation. Strange noises echoing through empty hallways, lights flickering for no reason, and shadows moving where no one should be. Whenever something unexplained occurs, they make sure to record it, and tonight would be no exception. The officer recounts that it all started when he heard faint voices coming from the direction of the elevators. The building was locked and no one else should have been inside, yet the whispers continued, soft murmurs that grew louder as he approached. With his flashlight in one hand and camera in the other, he followed the sound, uncertain of what he was walking into.
Lo ideal en estos casos, gente, es no demostrar miedo. Eso es lo mejor, o sea, lo mejor que podemos hacer. Es no demostrar miedo, porque si demostramos no tengan miedo, no tengan miedo, no tengan miedo. ¿Quién está ahí?
When he arrived at the elevator area, everything was still. No people, no signs of entry, only silence. But when he later reviewed the footage, something unsettling stood out. Behind the elevator wall, a dark, shadowy shape seemed to move, like a wisp of black mist or tattered fabric responding to him. Many viewers believe he unknowingly captured a spirit manifesting on camera.
No tengan miedo. No tengan miedo.
The officer is certain it wasn't a prank. He's always felt that the building carried an eerie, oppressive energy, and this incident only strengthened that belief. Whether it was a spirit trying to make contact or some kind of lingering supernatural disturbance, one thing is clear: something unexplainable continues to haunt that office after dark. A group of men was working in the woods when one of them started casually filming, but as he moved the camera around, he accidentally captured something strange in the background. A small creature suddenly darted behind a tree. Some viewers think it might have been a primate or maybe a kangaroo rat, while others swear it looked more like something mythical, a goblin or a woodland sprite. The clip is short and blurry, making it impossible to determine what it actually was. Two brothers were digging in their backyard when they uncovered a metal staircase buried deep underground. At first, they thought they'd found something valuable, maybe old belongings or hidden treasure, but when they finally managed to open it, what they saw stopped them in their tracks.
Оп, сюда. Что? Сними на один момент. Оп! Ребята, вы просто гляньте, что там находится, в каком состоянии.
Inside, they discovered the box was filled with World War II mortar shells. Any small impact could have caused a deadly explosion. Thankfully, nothing went off. Authorities arrived quickly, secured the area, and safely removed the explosives. The video was posted by Afides, a young man who went out one evening to explore an abandoned asylum in Broby, Sweden, which is reportedly haunted. Many people are said to have met their end there, and legends claim that several spirits still wander the building. Afides wanted to see for himself if the stories were true. Following a terrifying scream, the young man filming seems to catch a shadowy figure slipping out the door. Could it really be real? Was it something from another time? Or just a trick of the eye? Either way, it doesn't explain the source of that eerie scream. Kevin and Alexis from the channel Archivo Extinto set out to explore a supposedly haunted farm, aiming to catch proof of paranormal activity. Within just a few minutes, they captured the following on camera.
Buenas noches.
Es que te lo juro que me siento vigilado de todos lados, güey. Como si nos estuvieran observando. Como si nos estuvieran observando, pero es extraña la sensación. ¿Qué pedo, güey? No mames. ¿Qué? Acabo de ver algo ahí, güey.
No mames.
Algo estaba asomado y se metió, güey.
No mames.
Te lo juro que algo estaba asomado y se metió.
While checking out the large property, Alexis spotted a building and started walking around it. Suddenly, Kevin noticed a head peeking out of one of the windows, but it quickly disappeared when they saw it. They ran inside to the room where the figure had been, but it was empty. Moments later, though, they recorded something even more frightening.
Mucha luz, güey. Mira, ya casi no tengo intensidad de la luz, güey. Se me está terminando. Voy a sacar la otra, güey. Sí se ve mejor.
¿Qué pedo?
No,
¿Qué pedo, güey?
Güey, Kevin, allá se vio algo, güey.
¿Qué se vio?
Güey, Kevin, allá se vio algo.
No mames. Espérate, güey.
¡Ay, cabrón!
¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo, güey?
This time, whatever had been watching them through the window appeared to keep an eye on them from afar. When Alexis turned around, he spotted the entity again, but it disappeared just seconds later. Kevin and Alexis hurried to check it out, but once more, they found no one there. Was it a restless spirit haunting the property, or just their imagination running wild? Could there really be something, or someone, watching them from the shadows? A visitor at Gettysburg and his girlfriend took some photos at the wheat field, one of the bloodiest sites of the battle. It was around 6:30 p.m., and they were sure they were completely alone. But later, while looking through the pictures, they spotted figures in the background that looked like soldiers. Some said the shapes resembled a family, while others thought they might be reenactors. Still, with Gettysburg's tragic past, over 50,000 lives lost in the 1863 battle, it's no surprise many believe the area is haunted. Reports of voices, gunfire, and shadowy figures continue to this day, keeping Gettysburg's eerie reputation alive. A Reddit user and their friend were hiking deep in the forest when they came across something they wished they hadn't. A white figure standing perfectly still among the trees, staring right at them. They snapped a photo, but moments later, a scream echoed through the woods. Terrified, they took off running without looking back. Some commenters suggested it might have been a KKK member, while others thought it could have been the ghost of one. Either way, a chilling encounter. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.